Hey church family, my name is Caity Johnson. This is Theology in 3, and today we're going to be talking about gossip. We know that as Christians, one of the greatest priorities in our life should be putting sin to death. We also know that all sin is despicable, destructive, and dangerous. Oftentimes, however, there are sins that we choose to look past and let fall to the wayside, and then they turn into dangerous live-in pets. Gossip is one of those sins. Gossip is any conversation about another person that tears them down or belittles their character. In our fallen nature, we make gossip into sport. We find camaraderie with other people by participating in it, and we even enjoy giving and receiving it. Proverbs 18:8 says, "The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body." Our sinful hearts have a taste for gossip. Gossip is just as divisive and destructive as any other sin in our lives. The good news is, Scripture is riddled with wisdom on how we use our words. Many of Proverbs speaks to this. An entire passage in the book of James and plenty of other verses can be found to give us direction for our tongues and for our hearts. So, what's the big deal? Why do we do it even if we have so much direction against it? Aside from the fact that our nature is to sin, gossip is everywhere. It infiltrates our lives. It's all over social media, it's all over the television, and it might even be in our small groups and our group chats. Another reason we still choose to gossip is that we claim to have a hard time knowing what gossip is and what it isn't. Gossip can be done in the smallest of ways over the most trivial of things, and this seems to make the waters of discernment feel a little murky for us. The important thing to remember is, if it is said against another person and it tears them down, it's still gossip, and thus still sinful, no matter how offhanded or hidden the words might have been. However, if we're really honest with ourselves, really honest, we know what gossip is. We tend to overcomplicate it by trying to adhere legalistically to some definition so we know what to avoid, rather than simply looking at the heart of the matter. Speaking poorly about someone is sin, and according to Romans 12:10, we are to outdo one another in showing honor. If we are gossiping, we aren't outdoing one another in that way. The core of the heart of gossip is often insecurity. We feel a need to make ourselves look good by making another person look bad. Surprisingly, the cure for gossip is not to stop gossiping. The cure for gossip is to understand who we have been made in the gospel so we do not have to tear other people down. Leaning on the gospel for our worth and our identity takes the need to tear others down off of the table completely. Through faith, Christ has made us whole. Christ has died the death that our gossip affords us.